Hello, hi, welcome once again to M5's new English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV screen to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well, let's learn English together. Hello, hello, and hello once again. Welcome one, welcome all to today's lesson. Gods of English, are you ready? Yes? Good. Fantastic. Brill. Fab. Groovy. Right on. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get stuck in to today's lesson. Now, first things first, what do you remember about our last lesson? Our last lesson together was lesson 48. Lesson 48! That's incredible, isn't it? We've been together for 48 lessons. And what does that mean? Well, for one thing, it means that this lesson is the 49th lesson. This is lesson 49, part of week 10's revision program. Okay, onwards and upwards, you gods of English. Let's start the 49th lesson. Lesson 49. Today, we're the 49ers, but we're not in San Francisco. Today, we're the Hungarian 49ers. Okay, so let's revise some more English. Great. All right. What were we looking at last lesson? What was the last thing we saw in lesson 48? Do you remember? Of course you do. Okay, then someone tell me. Yes, that's correct. Young lady in bekerstjobber, sitting at the table with a cup of... what is that? Coffee? Coffee. Good. I hope you're enjoying your coffee. So, what was the last thing we saw in lesson 48? That's right. We were talking about countable and uncountable nouns. We know that in English there are countable and uncountable nouns. We know that we use a and un and numbers with countable nouns. We don't use a and un and numbers with uncountable nouns because we can't count them. They're uncountable. We know that with countable nouns, there's a singular and a plural form. Okay, so we all know the rules about the singular to plural noun spelling changes. Good. We know that we use a and un with countable nouns to mean one. We know when to use a and un. We use a when the first letter of the noun begins with or sounds like a consonant. And we use un when the first letter of the noun begins with or sounds like a vowel. Okay. We also know that usually, if we see that the first letter of the noun is a consonant, we know that we use a. And if we see that the first letter of the noun is a vowel, we know that we use un. So, what else do we know about countable and uncountable nouns? Well, we know that we always need a or un or a number with singular countable nouns. We live in a small house, not we live in small house. He's got a good job, not he's got good job. Because a and un mean one, we don't use them with plural countable nouns. We don't say she's wearing a blue trousers. Trousers are always plural, so we never use a or un with them. We never use a or un with uncountable nouns. We can't count these nouns, so we can't say there is a cheese or an electricity or 3 furniture. Cheese, electricity and furniture are uncountable, so we can't use a or un or a number with them. Now, do we all remember the nouns we learned in lesson 11? The list of nouns which are always plural. Think hard, think back. We looked at this again in lesson 31, lesson 31, lesson 31. So, We can't use or un with uncountable nouns. We never say money or music or water. Do you remember the nouns which are always plural? Do you remember the list from lesson 11? We learned that scissors, jeans, trousers and glasses are always plural. If we want to make these nouns countable, we use a pair of scissors, or a pair of jeans, or 2 pairs of trousers, or 24 pairs of glasses. We can also make uncountable nouns countable if we use a piece of, or a bottle of, or a cup of. A piece of is countable. A bottle of is countable. A cup of is countable. So now we can use these to make uncountable nouns countable. Cheese is uncountable, but I can ask for a piece of cheese or a slice of cheese. Water is uncountable, but I can ask for a bottle of water or 2 glasses of water. Coffee is uncountable, but I can ask for 24 cups of coffee. Here are some other things we can say to make uncountable nouns countable. A bowl of, a piece of, a carton of, a bottle of, a can of, a bar of, a game of. So, rice is uncountable, but we can count a bowl of rice. Cheese is uncountable, but we can count a piece of cheese. Milk is uncountable, but we can count a carton of milk. Beer is uncountable, but we can count a bottle of beer. Soft drinks are uncountable, but we can count a can of Fanta, or Coke, or Pepsi. Soap is uncountable, but we can count bars of soap. Tennis is uncountable, but we can count a game of tennis. Right. Look at the following pictures and decide if the noun is countable or uncountable. If it's countable, we also have to decide if we need a or un. Cheese, sand, a car, a toothbrush, a computer, a telephone, water, blood, chocolate, coffee, a cup of coffee, spaghetti, a bowl of spaghetti. Right, let's practice making uncountable nouns countable. Use the words in the box to make the uncountable nouns countable. We use a, of. Here's a couple of examples. A carton of orange juice, a glass of milk, a bar of chocolate, a cup of tea, a loaf of bread, a bowl of soup, a sheet of paper, a slice of salami, a jar of honey, a can of tuna. Good. Now, there's a new word there, isn't there? That's right, loaf. A loaf of bread. Well, what's a loaf of bread? A loaf of bread is bread we buy in one piece. When we take the loaf of bread home, we slice it and eat it. But when we buy it, it is one loaf of bread. What else was in the list? Well, a cup of tea is easy. A bar of chocolate is also easy. A bar is the idea of a brick shape. So we could have a bar of soap, or a bar of chocolate, or a bar of gold. We know what a bowl is, so we know what a bowl of soup is, don't we? A sheet of paper is easy. We put sheets of paper into the printer. When we print something, we print onto sheets of paper. A slice of something. It could be salami, it could be bread. To slice is to cut something thinly. We can slice cheese, salami, bread, lots of things. If we have one cake and 6 people, I cut the cake into 6 slices. And what's a jar? Well, a jar is a glass container. Normally we store things like honey or jam in glass jars. And a can? Well, a can is a metal container. What comes in cans? Well, soft drinks normally come in cans, but we could have beans in a can or fish. There are lots of things we get in cans. When we have a can, there's something else we need too. That's right. If we want to open the can, what do we need? Correct. We need a can opener. And we're back. Good. Did you have a nice trip back? Great. Magic. Now, what else did we learn in weeks 6 to 9? Well, in lesson 32, the 32nd lesson, we learned some more ordinal numbers. We learned that the ordinal numbers from 20 to 100 are very simple. Just like the cardinal numbers from 20 to 100 are very simple. Do you remember how we made ordinal numbers from 20 to 100? It was lesson 32. Lesson 32. Lesson 32. Okay, now we know how to count from 1 to 100. We know that when we get to 20, it becomes easier. There's a pattern that we can see, a logic we can use. Do you remember the pattern? That's right. We take 20, add a hyphen, and then add a number between 1 and 9. 21 is 21. 25 is 25. 29 is 29. Okay now, what about ordinal numbers beyond 20? Well, that's simple. We know the ordinal numbers from 1 to 9, don't we? Yes, of course we do. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. Okay, so thinking logically, what do you think we do after 20th? That's right. We take 20 and add an ordinal number between 1 and 9. Simple. So 21 is a cardinal number. But what's the ordinal version? That's right, 21st. We take 20, add a hyphen, and add an ordinal number from 1 to 9. Easy. So, what are the ordinal numbers from 20 to 29? 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th. And what comes next? That's right, 30th. Now, like 20th with 30th, 40th, 50th, 60th, 70th, 80th and 90th. We change the Y to I before we add the th. So they look like this. 30th, 40th, 50th, 60th, 70th, 80th, 90th. All right, fab, terrific, triffid, yucca, palm tree. So, now we know all the numbers from 0 to 100. And we're back. Oh, and just in time. We're out of time for today's lesson. Blimey, time flies when you're having fun, it's true. Well, I had fun today, and I hope that you, gods of English, out there in Hungarian TV land also had fun. You've been watching me, Gav Duncan, on M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. As I said, I'm Gav Duncan. I'm not Bungle from Rainbow, and I'm not Danger Mouse or Penfield. I'm Gav Duncan, and I'll see you next lesson for some more English fun. See you later. Bye.